Hello, and welcome back to our U.S. Navy 1890 campaign, Waves of Steel. In the last episode, we began replacing all of our old McCall class destroyers with these Ericssons and the Ericsson 2s. The only real difference between the Ericsson and Ericsson 2 is the Ericsson 2s have a towed sonar array that are like kind of naturally built into them with no refit necessary. That's really about it. We also developed the design for the Reno class light cruiser, which is it's essentially just a missile cruiser. That's what it's going to be doing. It has one dual purpose gun on it that won't be doing very much, and that's really about it. We're on the verge of war with Germany. That's why I didn't want to continue the last episode and get dragged into a war right at the very end. So we're going to start clicking now and see what happens. Austria, Hungary, and Italy are at war with each other. Here's the German light. Here's a German light carrier. It's under construction. 27 aircraft, 27 knots. So it's kind of slow, but it's decently defended. Like it has 4 SAM launchers on it, light SAMs. So that's pretty cool. Good for them. Okay, dokie. Just waiting on this Reno design to finalize. This guy's above average, but I'm still not going to. I'm not going to pay a prestige to save him. There's so many other things we could do with it. Okay, dokie. Russia's increasing their naval budget. We have more ships out and about than our bases can support. All right, we're going to build 12 Reno class. We're actually going to we're going to build 12 of those. And then we're going to build 12 more. I'm going to deploy them in trios. And I'm going to put them in. First of all, they're going to get assigned to the fleets that are escorting. Actually, how am I going to do that? I'm going to develop new light cruiser fleets, I think, or light cruiser divisions, so that we'll have both these anti-air. They're allegedly anti-air. They're mostly gunboats. These Chattanoogas and the Miamis, we'll still have them escorting the carriers, but we'll also have a bunch of other light cruisers. So we'll have like 2 sets of light cruisers assigned to each carrier division. So we need more light cruisers. Okay. I don't know how many we'll need, but we'll see. So light cruiser divisions. We start at 6, I believe, for carriers. Yep, carrier division 6. So that'll be 16. So we're going to set division role of support. We're going to screen for the carrier division, number 6. And then 17. We'll do the same thing. We'll do screen for number 7. And we're just going to go down the list and do that until we have all the carriers doubled up on. Let's see here. Division 8. Division 9. 20 will be 10. This will be 11 and 12. Set division role to screen. There we go. So that'll essentially give two cruiser groups to each carrier group. And then later on, we can probably replace the Chattanoogas or something. I don't even know. Let's look at the design there. They're mainly like the dual-purpose 6-inch guns was like the main thing about them. Plus, they got like the 4-inch secondaries. They're not great. The Miamis were more purpose-built for anti-air, so they have less guns, but they should have a SAM. They do have SAMs on them. So I don't know. I don't know. We'll probably have to build dedicated like SAM cruisers at some point. Like once we can do like light SAMs. In fact, um, okay, these are the um, okay, never mind. Let's not worry about it. Let's offer a sincere apology because it's double tension. We don't want to get everyone else's, panties in a bunch over there. So let's see. Austria and Italy are at war with each other. Italy has kept up their tradition of being a loser nation in this game by immediately losing one of their light carriers. But I can only imagine how brutal the fighting is over here in the Mediterranean. Just look at all the air bases just everywhere. Yeah, we'll take that offer to build another Reno, 10% of the cost. This is due to the meddling of Japan. Sure. Well, I don't know why Japan is our only option, but we will point the finger at them. It was medium SSM and increases missile hit rate. That's pretty cool. I would have liked to have had that for our Renos, the medium SSMs, but you know. In fact, I might even be willing to develop a new, other than doing these Renos. Oh, this is such a tough decision. Let's take a look. Just take a look real quick. I might do something crazy. I might do something absolutely crazy. So we're going to develop a, nope, we're going to develop a light cruiser. It's going to be, those are 6,800 tons. We're going to go 7,000 tons with normal uh, engines. We're going to get rid of the armor on everything. Spacious. Does it torpedo defense? Can they even do torpedo defense? They can. How much does it eat up? It doesn't eat up a whole lot. All right, medium SAM. Right, we can still do the medium SAM. So let's get rid of all the turrets. So we still have medium SAMs. We're going to get rid of the heavy SSM and midship. Oh, we can do light SAMs. Okay, hang on. Delete that. We will do a light SAM on the aft superimpose. It's a double tube. We will give it like what, 40 reloads? 35 is the max. We will do some medium SSM, so forward superimposed. Oh, we can only do double launchers. Okay, that's a little bit less cool. But we could do heavy SSMs as well. Port forward wings, is that We could do like 3 tubes each. I mean, that's a missile boat right there. And then we do one double aft turret. It's like a 4-inch gun. We can increase the reloads on this stuff. There we go. So we still keep the. Actually, let's adjust this a little bit. Let's clear all these out of here. We're going to add a light SAM. Again, it's going to be aft superimposed. Edit reloads 35. We're going to add the heavy SSMs back on, but they're going to be the forward ones there with 3 tubes each. And that takes up a lot less weight, apparently. Then we're going to add the medium SSMs, and those will be the wing ones, the forward wings. Like D and E. Okay. Let's edit reloads. Edit reloads. Okay, now we're over the top side capacity. But how can we fix that? That doesn't actually do anything. Diesel doesn't help. Let's get rid of these mines. That gets us closer. What if we... So we're at 138. So delete, 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 delete. We'll do medium SSMs, forward and forward superimposed. We'll do heavy SSMs in the wings. 3 tubes. Wow, hang on. Is it the reloads that's taking up? Yeah, it's probably the reloads. 138 again. Okay, yeah, so it's the same result both times, but it ends up being heavier. So delete. Sorry you have to watch this happen. So heavy SSM, so forward and forward superimposed, 3 tubes each. The forward superimposed, we're going to decrease by 1 tube. We're going to do medium SSMs on the wings, so D and E. We'll edit the reloads. And that gets us close. It gets us close. I mean, what if we get rid of the forward superimposed heavy and replace it with a forward superimposed medium? We're very close. Edit reloads. Yep, we're very, all right, we're there. We're there. We just get rid of one of our light AA mounts. Get rid of both of the light AAs. We'll take the main gun down to 3 inches. But we have to we'll speed the ship up to 34 knots, 35 knots, 36 knots. And it's cheaper than the Renos. Cheaper than the Renos. So what we're going to do, I know this is a little bit crazy, but what we're going to do is we're going to use these as our missile boats instead of... Yep, we're going to use these instead of the Renos, I think. Oh, hang on, we can get rid of one of our helicopters. Will that do it? Will that be enough? Forward superimposed with 3 tubes? Not if we went reloads on it. What if we edit the reloads down to just 20 on the SAMs. That doesn't actually do anything. What if we edit it down to like 15? Doesn't do anything. Try to go back up to 30. And we can get rid of one. No, that won't work. Gosh, I'm so close. I feel like I'm so close. Get rid of a medium. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of the medium AAs. They won't have any medium and light anti-aircraft guns at all. That's fine. Actually, we could maybe go up to 7,500 displacement. Increase the speed even more. And then that would allow us to mount at least a little bit of AA. So it's 37 knots. San Juan. Okay. We're going to go with these will be the San Juans. And you know what we're going to have to do now, right? We have a lot of extra weight remaining. What if we... Okay. 7,400 tons. So we're going to save and finish it. So it'll take 3 months to develop. And when those 3 months are up, these Renos are going away. I know it's a little bit crazy. "16 submarines." We could... Yeah, let's try to be friends with Germany, who hate us. Increases air-to-air value of heavy jet fighters. CAT forces enemy aircraft to launch anti-ship missiles at lower hit rates. That's actually very nice. Don't mind if we do. Yep, there are rumors in Germany about war with us. All right, finishing up these submarines right before the war. Good timing. We'll buy 19-inch guns from Spain, of course. 10,000. We need to get rid of some of our funding anyhow. We'll never use them. Like, we'll never, ever use them, but at least we have them if we ever want them. So the Mediterranean, Italy lost a heavy cruiser. Austria lost a heavy cruiser. At least it's a good trade that time. Yep, there's rumors about war with us. Okie dokie. So we're going to go ahead and build 12 of these San Juans. We're going to get rid of the Renos. We're going to scrap them. We're going to build 12 more San Juans. Boy, it leaves us with a lot of extra money, doesn't it? What the heck can we do with all that extra money? Well, I'm glad you asked. We're going to build some new heavy, like super carriers, essentially. Just taking a quick little look, making sure there's nothing we need to quickly try to rebuild. But even if there were something, I think I would just leave it be, with war being like right now. So let's design some CVs. This is the Wasp class. I'm just looking for one that one looks pretty cool. I like that one. That's what I like. So it doesn't have the angled flight deck. Ooh, look at that. I like the colors on that. All right. So it's 60,000 tons. The Lexingtons are 50,000. So we don't need to go too gigantic. Let's bring the belt down to 0. Deck down to 0. That saves us a lot of weight. We get light SAM. Let's delete that position and do a light. We're going to do a couple of light SAMs, I think, on the midships wings. I'm going to edit the reloads so there's 30 or 35. We're not doing flight deck armor. Radar is good. The primary guns, they're just a bunch of 3-inch guns. That's fine. It's heavy AA essentially. We'll go up to 8 medium radar directed AAs. What are these guns? Armored guns. Oh, hang on. Yeah, we're not worried about that. Okay. And then it's time to start adding aircraft. So the Lexingtons carry 110. Maybe we'll do 130. And we have catapults. That's cool. We will. I think we just lower. We don't want to mess with the speed. 30 knots is like basically our fleet speed. So we're going to go down in the weight bracket here, tonnage. All right, we're going to get rid of. Let's clear all the turrets out. We're going to add double turrets. So we're going to do wings and wings. So we have a little bit less of these guns here. We don't need that many radar. Oh, actually, there we go. There's the AA directors. Now we can we'll leave it at 56,000 tons. We can do future upgrades. Franklin D. Roosevelt class, kind of cool. Let's pick one. What haven't we done yet? Let's do the. Did we do Enterprise already? I feel like we did Enterprise already. Well, we're doing Enterprise now. All right. Yep. This will be 130 aircraft, 56,000 tons, and we'll develop that. We can build. They're 4,000 per month to build. We'll better build quite a few of those. No problemo. Here's the German CV that's undergoing reconstruction. That's going to be a very formidable little carrier, 77 aircraft. Here's a privately built helicopter. I think we're developing a helicopter. We're developing one now, but we will take the new one just because it's better in every way, and we'll see if the one that's in process ends up better than the one that we just bought. Here's a new Courageous class, 59 aircraft, 31 knots, some SAMs on there. Not that impressive. It probably has a bunch of deck armor since it's British. It's where all that extra weight is going to. Oh, well, we're at war. Okie dokie. They made a surprise landing in Iceland. Let's go to trade protection. Let us assign these Ericssons now. I don't know. Hopefully, I added some defenses to Iceland. I feel like I did. I feel like I added some like 7-inch guns or some 9-inch guns or something to that, and maybe a motor torpedo boat group. We'll take a look at it in a minute. We will be unleashing the submarines on them and the Rangers. Okay, that's 17. So it was 16 through like 22, I think. So we should have just enough. Actually, we're not doubling up on the destroyers. Sorry, I was thinking about doubling up the cruisers, but we will need. We'll probably have a couple more carrier groups that we'll have to defend with destroyers. Okie dokie, that brings us up to 23. We have a bunch of stuff in Northern Europe, so we will be good to go there. Like, we're fine. And then the Rangers are going to be on raiding duty. Yes, they are. All right, it's we're 26 minutes in. If I click, we're gonna go to a fight, and it's gonna probably drag out. It'll probably be like a big old fight. But when I record tomorrow, if I record tomorrow, I can start building some enterprises and probably some more San Juans to just kind of fill in some gaps there. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We're in for some exciting times here. I'm hoping to build about. I'll probably start with like 4 enterprises, and I might end up building 4 more in time. We'll have to see. And then that should, you know, basically carry us over. We're gonna go unrestricted warfare. Save. All right. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you next time. And sail safe out there.